checkerboard environment. Not just the end zones that are checkered, but we've been set up with a full checkerboard going throughout the stadium. Kentucky ready to go toe meets leather and start this game. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So the Tennessee Volunteers offense will have the football first. Blowouts in rivalry games can be the result of a number of factors. Sometimes teams start pressing. Sometimes it just gets away. Sometimes they didn't have the right mindset. The last time they got together, lopsided. What happens this time, David?
But either way, last time affects this time because all you heard about is we weren't even competitive. This is a rivalry game, a big-time game. We didn't show up. We dishonored our previous teams and squads, and we've got to do better. That's all they've heard coming into this game, Palmer.
Yeah, David, I think that was the story the last time these teams played. One team handled the emotion of the game better than the other team. You have got to be able to play within yourself and play one snap at a time. That last game got away from the losing team. I don't expect that to happen today.
At the 45 on its way. Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup on that one. And the Vols with the 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. Got the first down and more. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. They'll give it to the back.
Man, when I can run the football like that on 1st down and create 2nd and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, 2nd and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's 3rd down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
The Vols didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Looking down the middle. And to the end zone. Touchdown, Vols! They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game?
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Kentucky Wildcats offense will try to get something started with their first possession. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Fires to the tight end. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. Kentucky sends out the punting unit. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. His first one of the day gave that leg a workout 5 times in last week's victory. There is a lot of real estate in front of this offense as the ball is touched dead at the 5. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead.
Well, I always say this, when you're backed up on offense, those are some of the best opportunities to take deep shots. In all likelihood, the defense is expecting a run. You're going to try and buy yourself a little bit of real estate, so they're playing press man coverage, and that's when you want to take advantage of that coverage. But the defense doing a really good job on the back end that time, being in position, forcing the incomplete.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Finds his man, it's Kelly. And he's brought down after a nice gain. From their own 18-yard line, it's 1st down. To the air on 1st down. He's going for the big play. He's got it on the left. He's loose. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Tennessee!
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Two teams inside the Big 12 squaring off today, and it's now a final. Here's a quick recap. Colorado went scorched earth in a double-digit win that might have been worse had they not sent the starters there in that 4th quarter. Total destruction by the Buffs in a statement win if there ever was one. Big 12 football at its finest, gentlemen. Just when you think you have things figured out, a game like this happens.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute. The noise reverberating off the checkerboards and kneeling on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the big fella. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. Kentucky will be forced to punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Now on the return. He's got great speed. Touchdown, Volunteer! Stealing a score on special teams. No mid-season doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6. That return man saw daylight the instant the ball touched his hands, and he darted to it and took it to the house.
And Reese, I think it's one of the hardest things to do in football, to catch the ball as all these guys are flying around you, and you got to take it, make a miss, try to find spaces and creases that aren't there. Great job making a huge play. Special teams and punt returns coming up big.
On the run from inside his own 5. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the 1st quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. They'll run the screen. He gets it up to midfield, forced out of bounds at the 50. The Wildcats really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. He'll keep it on the sneak. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning Turkey Bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollock off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollock cut blocked, maybe even double-team high load, chop blocked on every single play early.
which is illegal, you bum. That's fine. That's fine. You know what? I guess in retaliation to that, we would have just roughed the passer over and over, taking the 15-yard penalty. That's what's fun about this, Reese. It's petty. It's sometimes it crosses the line of dirty, but that's why rivalries are so fun.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass. It's incomplete, and it also might be what is called a learning experience and one this freshman got away with. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Complete to the left. Out of bounds right at the 20-yard line, edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on a score. And the Wildcats will line it up on 1st and 10. Snagged out of the air. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. Gonna look downfield again. Rush coming in high, and they got him at the 29. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. It's good, and that was dead solid, perfect. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. They'll try the run. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Defense is about seeing it and pulling the trigger, and you can tell they pull the trigger so fast, get to the back, get him on the ground quickly.
Running hard and getting 6 yards out to the 26.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Facing a 3rd down and short from the 26. Quarterback making checks. Looking to throw on 3rd. The quick out. Turns it on in midfield. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40. That big play is just what they needed. Now they have it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. They'll go to the ground. A very short pickup there, and that'll be the final play of the 1st quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Tennessee leads it. Man, that was an impressive and dominant 1st quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Big turning point as we head into the 2nd to get this game rolling again. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. To the ground with the back. Breaks into the open.
And that's the benefit to the run game. Keep pounding, keep pounding. Now you break one all the way down to the 2-yard.
And don't stop it. Get down, get lined up quick, and give it to this dude again and go score a TD.
Here's the snap, looking to throw. Give him 6. Touchdown ball!
It's a really nice play call that time by the offensive coordinator because you just had an explosive run getting you down close to the goal line. I think everybody on defense was expecting them to just turn around and hand it off again. Not the case. Now you go pass. Really nice catching the defense off guard, and they get the touchdown. Bang, bang, 2 plays, 6 points on the board.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. So far, they've only been able to muster a field goal, but hoping to get things cooking here. They'll run it from the gun. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Rumbles ahead for a pickup of 5 to the 29. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Going to try to pop one on the screen. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. Kentucky sent out the punting unit. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. So here is the Tennessee offense. They've been nothing short of spectacular so far. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, and they'll try to make it 4 for 4. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start.
False start offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. On the move. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. The give to the back. Finding an escape route. It's a running room. Inside the 10.
How about the explosive play by this offense? Man, it's so nice to have guys you can hand the football off and just watch him work. Watch him do the rest, the speed, making big plays, breaking tackles. Man, is it nice to have an offense with a playmaker like that.
Back swinging for the goal line. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. Lost the fire on 2nd down. Touchdown, Tennessee! They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession. And this defense is just getting squeezed by the Big Orange, and he's cutting him up like Peyton Manning.
And no answers. I mean, he's really had his way. They haven't made him feel uncomfortable. If I'm a Vols fan, I'm jacked up that I got this guy at quarterback because he's showing he can put up some big numbers.
And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it. him up to the 24.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting it second and short, not a good job by this defense.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator, because on the first down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw on third down. You need more consistency from the guy.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Bounced right back to them. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Kentucky will be forced to punt. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. A fair catch is called for and made just across the 50-yard line. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. The pull and throw off the RPO. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often, and with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. They'll have to get it to the 37 on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Back open to the middle. Offenses gain momentum with third down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. And the Volunteers have it with a 1st and 10. Might be changing the route. Wants to throw on first down. Looking for his man. It's complete. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8. The Volunteers have this offense rolling. Out of the gun, looking to throw. And he was going for the touchdown there, and they couldn't make the connection. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking to fire. Going for 6. Touchdown, Volunteers! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And it's now the 2nd time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
And the extra point is good. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Bringing it out. He was looking for some running room and not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Wants to go up top. Finds a spot in the middle. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout. And man, oh man, can these guys use a score to cut into this lead. Wow, this offense is just stuck in the mud. They've already punted 4 times, and it's 3rd down now. Got his man on the right. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage. Kentucky sent out the punting unit. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. They go to the ground. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Quarterback making adjustments. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Going over the top. Got it in stride inside the 20. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. And the Vols have push it inside the 20. They'll throw it from the red zone. It's complete on the right side. Touchdown ball! Oh, that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finished the half like you're supposed to, scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, a couple of Mountain West teams colliding in a game that could have some implications. UNLV is on top, but it's not like Randall Cunningham is playing quarterback today, which is why they can't pull away. They're up by just one over Syracuse. The Mountain West likes to keep things interesting, fellas, and we'll circle back if anything big happens.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. He's stopped in the backfield again. This defense trying to send a message they'll have to carry into halftime. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking downfield, and time is running short. They're setting up the screen. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half.
The Vols will kick it away to start the second half. Out of the end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. What could go wrong did in the first half, and they start this third quarter at the bottom of the mountain.
Man, that was bad. That was a frying pan to the head. That was a TKO. It was awful in the first half. Flush it. I got to start doing something right. I got to find some positives. I get the ball first to start this possession, try to put a scoring drive together.
The only thing you can do at this point offensively is just make sure your best players are touching the football as often as possible. You recruited these guys, you got guys out of the portal, you put your faith in them to make plays. This is the time to go out and do it.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Caught in the backfield, it's Horn. He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down. Kentucky will be forced to punt. And these guys have been busy. Sixth punt of the day. That's usually prime return position, but he'll make the fair catch just outside the 40. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. The give to the back. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Kept it on the ground on first down, now back to the line. Leaves it with the back. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. And the Volunteers are at the line looking to convert on third and short. They'll try to bully their way for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Now on first down from the 43-yard line. The give to the tailback. Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Volunteers are moving quickly down the field. Might be calling a hot route. They've been running it, but now the pass. Got the quick pass. Touchdown, Tennessee! And they take it in for 6 more points. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
give to the running back. Not much there. He gets 1 to the 11.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The Wildcats come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. They got 0 push up front, and they stopped him in the backfield.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
Now a fair catch is called for and made just shy of midfield. So here is the Tennessee offense. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
Connection to the right. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my step.
And he'll run into the end zone. Touchdown, Volunteer!
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Didn't get anything done, 3 and out on their last series. They'll try to find a rhythm here. Looking to throw on 1st down. Setting up the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly. And that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
Punt is in the air on 4th down. Fair catch is brought in at the 43, and they are set up nicely. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Making side adjustments here. They'll start this drive with a pass. Showing the arm strength down the left side.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up? See if they can maybe confuse this QB.
Quickly out to the tight end. And another big game for this offense. They are putting explosive pass after explosive pass up in this one. They've got it down to the 32. 1st and 10 coming. Looking to throw on 1st down. Pocket breaking down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. To the air on 2nd down. Zings it complete to the right. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that will probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out, and that's exactly what they're doing now.
Why not trying to get it in? They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. Now it's 2nd and goal. They just keep firing. Touchdown ball! Fit it in the window for the score. He has been surgical. Precision passes. Using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the...
What he's seeing and just destroying this defense.
He'll return it. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. After 3 consecutive punts, we'll see if they can dial up something that can get this offense moving forward. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Down he goes back at the 3. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Running back searching for a hole. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. And it's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the third quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
The give to the back. Finds a little space. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. And the Vols come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Power football with the run. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
And this is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Looking downfield on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Durant. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch it. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
It just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss. You've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. They'll get this drive going from the 17. They go to the counter, and there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And after your defense just went out there and gave them a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that.
Goes at the 9. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Snagged in the middle, it's Breeze. They stop him short, and we'll have a big 4th down coming. Kentucky sends out the punting unit. He will signal for the fair catch and take it just inside the 35. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. First play of this drive comes from the 35-yard line. Leaves it with the running back. Creates a little space. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. That's the end of the quarter, and Tennessee has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. From the gun, the running back has it. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. The Vols come to the line on third and short, looking to keep this drive moving.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to...
Fires one high and deep. Grabs it inside the 10. Touchdown, Volunteer! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. They give themselves just a little more cushion as they close in on extending this winning run. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Interesting matchup this week in the Mountain West, and it sure is playing out that way. UNLV is currently working from behind, but how many times have we said that and then witnessed something special happen? This time of year, you just never know. It's a tight one right now. They're trailing by only 5 to Syracuse. Just another week in the Mountain West where the only constant is chaos, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And the Wildcats with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. He'll pull it on the read. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
And I love that decision by this quarterback. No monkeying around, man. Get to the spot, get the first down, lower your shoulder. I don't need a big play. I just want another set of downs. Nice job running the option, knowing where the first down marker is.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10.
Get set, get set.
The give on the option. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. The Wildcats with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They'll leave it with him. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Quarterback can pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
The one thing I love about this defense, and they're showing it here in this game, is there's a variety of ways they can get after your quarterback. They can get home with 4, they can get home with 3, or they can blitz guys from all over the field, but they've got athletes with bad intentions, and they've registered a ton of sacks in this one.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Rushes on him. Chucked it away just as he was hit. Another incompletion on 3rd down. Kentucky will be forced to punt. Here's the fair catch, and he'll make it close to the 20-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Here's the handoff. Barrels all the way to the 29, a gain of 6.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
And the Volunteers come to the line needing just inches for the first down. They just needed a few inches, and the defense knocked them down in the backfield.
After that negative play against a goal line defense, it's really, really tough out in the field to not want to take a shot right now because there's nobody deep on defense. You've got one-on-ones on an island with your wide receivers, and they are begging to have a fade ball thrown their way.
Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. The handoff, keep working on that clock. There he goes! At the 20.
You're going to win a lot of games if you can generate explosive plays. That's what we've seen in recent weeks from this football team, but this offense, man, they are every defensive coordinator's nightmare because of the players they've got lining up all over.
After getting knocked back, it's 2nd and goal from the 4. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming.
The win, they are now bowl eligible, but when you have a 0 in the loss column, there are much bigger fish to fry.
I think a lot of people thought they'd be 6-0 at this point, too. So we know they're going to a bowl game. Great. But, David, they've got their